What's going on, guys? My name is Rumble Skrash. Today's video we're gonna be doing well, kind of a defense team video, but it's not only a defense team video because I'm gonna be showcasing a very strong team in PvP that you can also use in attacking teams, and I have seen that it shows very good results. But if you put that team on a defense team, I would only advise to do that on championship or high ranks. It's actually kind of really hard to beat, so I'm gonna be showing you what that team is, and probably it's not exactly my idea. I have done in some variations some changes, but it's not exactly my idea. It's a team that I have seen, and also it's a team that has been that people have been talking about, for example, in my Discord server, and I thought it was pretty interesting. I always thought that using the Fujitora was really interesting, but I never really maxed him, so I wasn't able to test him. I always thought that his special was really good, and at its moment I thought that the special city was kind of high, and he was activating before all the fixed damage of Katakuri and everything like that, so it wasn't really working in the previous meta of slashers and everything. But now once we have the chance of getting a way more tanky team that can resist the damage from not only slashers but even quick teams, you're gonna be seeing, because we have also the abilities of Moria massively debuffing the attack up and everything. So as you can see, I don't even have him maxed. I have him at level 9, and at level 3 here I could max him more, but I'm kind of running a little bit low on int scrolls and I wanna save them. And he's not even rainbow, but all my units, all my other units are. So here I'm gonna be using the Capone crew, so fire tank parrots, and then Moria and Fujitora and Dofi. So these are the main units. I'm using a Shiryu here on the bench. I could use PP Whitebeard, and I could use a 7th unit, but as I'm using Enel on the main team, in here in particular in this variation, it's better to just run a 6-man team, because Enel's passive is telling you that you have to have 6 or less crew members. So yeah, the Shiryu can be definitely replaced. I just like using him because he's driven, so he gets boosted by all the other units and everything. He's not int, so PvP Smoker probably should be ideal here, but Shiryu will performs really well too. So before we actually start, as I said in my previous video, I actually am on vacation, but I wanted to upload this particular video in the middle of championship, not at the very end. So I'm on vacation, and I'm not gonna be able to record the next video until a couple of days. So don't worry if it's an extra day of waiting for the next video or something like this. Normally I do every 3 days a video and everything, but as I'm currently on vacation, and I wanted to upload that video earlier, that could be a problem. But yeah, don't worry, before the big celebration I'm gonna be uploading a video. So yeah, let's actually start with the matches now. So what we're gonna be going up against is mainly variations of the strongest quick teams. So either variations with Stasi, variations with Fire Tank Pirates, even variations with Queen. But the four units that I'm talking about when I say variations is obviously Kaido, Akainu, Shiryu, and Magellan. So these 4 units and some other variations. So here, for example, in this one is actually kind of interesting, because it's the first one that I go up against with this the Zoro variation. So I don't know how that special city is gonna be changing things. So, but we're gonna take a look at how it goes. The thing is that the massive health cut from Fujitora a lot of the times leaves the enemy unit so low in HP that even the special of fixed damage of Moria or Fire Tank Pirates is finishing them, or just the damage of my units, even with half stats and everything, it's enough to take them down. So let's actually see, they have a lot of special city up. Well, actually only special city up level 8. The rest is just particular level 5 from Akainu and level 2, sorry, from Magellan. But as you can see, we have a really high amount of HP up. So we have HP at level 27, so that's massive. And yeah, first we are able to tank the specials of the enemy units. Even if we haven't half stat them or anything, they're taking out a lot of our HP, but we can kind of compensate that with a little bit of defense up from NL, The Magellan kind of misses his special, and now, well, the Shiryu is the only one left to activate apart from the Zoro, and here in theory we should have been able to tank them. Yeah, so here we are already starting to deal some damage, but as you can see, since we don't activate the Fujitora, which is gonna be unfortunate because it's gonna be the last unit to activate probably, then we are not gonna be starting to see the enemy units so low in HP. But here now all their units after my Fujitora are gonna be crazy low on HP, and I'm looking at the special of NL, so it's looking like it's the next unit that's gonna be activating, and once that happens, probably we're already gonna finish some units. Here, as you can see, as they are half stat, we can tank the damage much better. Kaido's already out here. We already took out all four of the main teams, so now we only have to finish the Zoro, PvP Whitebeard, and Ivankov. By the way, I don't know if it's just me when my game has a mistake or an error going on or something, but I see these animations of the KO of the unit, but before it was darkened, and here it just appears, the image appears as normal, and it just says KO, and it has been like this since the update. So I'm not sure if it's just my game or just they changed it, but if it's a change that they did, I think it's actually a very bad change because visually it looks like the unit is alive, but it's not. So it's a little bit confusing in terms of visual. Maybe it's just me, but I don't know. Let me know if you're all also seeing that, because I think it's, if it's a change that they did, I think it's a kind of a bad change. But well, I mean, it's just visuals, I guess. So let me know if it's just my game and I have to repair resources or something. But well, so as you guys saw, I just managed to beat a fully max quick team with Akainu, Kaido, Magellan, and Shiryu, and it was the Zoro variation. We're gonna be seeing if we can find the Fire Tank Pirates variation, the Stasi variation, or the Queen variations. Those are the most common, and maybe if we have well, this we have already gone up against it and it doesn't have Kaido. And if we find, for example, Bellamy variation, maybe we are also going to be going up against them too. So here we have a Cracker variation, which I haven't talked about, but it's a little bit similar. I think it should be similar because yeah, it's more damage, but they have way less defense because they don't have the Zoro. And yeah, they basically don't have the chance of getting extra defense apart from the defense of level 6 because the Stasi is on the bench and will not be activating her passive when she enters. And yeah, in terms of defense, they only have level 6, so we don't really have to worry about them really tanking a lot of our damage, even without the half stats. But maybe they are able to out damage us and kill our units before they start to activate and everything. In terms of special city up, they have a very similar amount of special city up. So they are starting to activate. The Shiryu activates first. The Akainu will do the 30% health cut, which of course, as we have a lot of HP, it's the thing that is annoying the most. So here, let's see, we have stat Magellan and Cracker, so that's really good. And here Cracker activates. Okay, Kaido will go after that, which is a very annoying and scary combo. But here, let's see. So yeah, our NL is out, so that's really unfortunate. But they have already activated, apart from Cracker, all of their specials. And here, okay, that's really bad. Once Fujitora is out, probably it means that we die. But I mean, it's interesting. They have low defense, so I mean, it could still be okay. Here, if for example we get our Shiryu to activate, it could be okay, but yeah, I mean, I think we lose this one. It was kind of bad RNG, I think, I would say, because yeah, we, as you can see, if the Fujitora dies before activating, which was very unfortunate, then yeah, probably just it, because here we just lose. The Kaido will activate again, and yeah, we will lose here. Well, I mean, Fire Tank Pirates will probably survive, but it's just a matter of time. So maybe for speeding up the process, I will just quit the match and it just counts as a loss. So yeah, very unfortunate, but I do think that this team can also be the Cracker variation. It's just that it was bad RNG, I guess, with my Fujitora dying so early, because my Cracker hadn't even the enemy Cracker hadn't activated. It was like if it were at the Zoro, so it was kind of bad RNG in that sense. But let's see if we can find some other variation and see what we can do. So if I don't find one now, I will be right back. Okay, so here I have managed to find the Stasi variation, so it's gonna be interesting to see how that goes. I have previously beaten variations like this one, but well, I mean, I'm gonna be showing you what screenshots have I saved because I don't have all of them, but well, I mean, I think I have some, and at the end of the video I can show you some screenshots of this team because this is actually a very powerful team that has been going around, and I just wanted to test it. And if you think the HP up is not that relevant, by the way, I have tested another variations which was using the Jozo instead of the NL and then NL on the bench and using a 7-man team. And I saw that it was performing really well, but the problem is that when the NL comes from the bench, literally from the HP buffs that are active, his HP is already at half. So kind of. So we are kind of doubling the the HP of our units, which is actually really good. So here, well, they only have to activate the special of Akainu, so that's gonna be the annoying 30% health cut. But in terms of damage, they are half stats, so it's not that gonna be that big of a problem. And here the Stasi will activate, but now we will get the massive health cut of Fujitora, which was targeted by Stasi, but I mean at least he gets to activate, and that's all we want from Fujitora because here this is already looking really good. We even get some heal, which is nice, and now these two damaging specials will probably just finish it. Like they have almost no defense. It's unfortunate that the other units didn't enter from the bench, but we clean house and we only have to take care of the 3 late game bench nukes. But it's a kind of early on the match, so they are not that scary. If Zoro activates now, it's not that big of a problem, but he will activate probably with the 2 activations, which is gonna be a little bit more scary, but we have a lot of defense, so we shouldn't be worrying that much about it. As you guys see, Mask only activates 1 activation, so it's not that big of a problem, and Zoro will activate with 2 activations. Well, but he might even get half stat, and he's not gonna deal that much damage. Even if he had activated both activations, probably maybe our Moria should have died, but the rest of our units wouldn't have died, I think. So now we get the activation of NL, and that's probably gonna be it. Yeah, well, we get the with a normal attack we finish it. So 5 units were alive against 0, so that is against the Stasi variation. Even with the B3 Zoro, Soul Mask, and PP Whitebeard on the bench, we managed to take them down. I wouldn't say easily, but kind of easily actually. So really happy that you guys got to see that. Even when I had kind of bad RNG, quote unquote, and Stasi actually targeted Fujitora, which is a unit that was about to activate and kind of almost died, but luckily for us he didn't. So I'm gonna be doing one more match or 2 more matches because I didn't like that I lost that match against Cracker. But for what we can see from that match, I do think that this team kind of struggles a lot with more aggressive center teams because it struggled against the Cracker variation, giving them no defense but another high damaging unit and special city up. And I do think that it struggles also against the Bellamy variation because the defense up from Bellamy affecting the specials of Kaido, Akaino, and everything can actually be dealing way more damage than you would like, so you can get shafted. So, but if I don't see one of the variations that I'm looking for, so either Stasi or Queen, I will be right back. So here I have found the Queen variation, so I would like to go up against this Queen variation, and then if I can do a 5th match against the Fire Tank Pirates, ideally if I found them, it would be ideal. So I would avoid the more aggressive versions of the Quick Team with Bellamy or maybe 6 plus Cracker. I think that 6 plus Cracker match was kind of bad RNG, but still, if it managed to beat me, then it can be scary. So for what I have actually seen, this team is actually performing really well against quick teams and in general can win. I mean, I would say if the Fujitora dies before activating, then probably you will die. I mean, if the enemy units are already low on HP and then they have stat by Moria, and then they got inflicted with damage with Dofi and Enel, it can be actually really good, and maybe you can actually manage to beat them. But here, so we have actually already tanked both special of Akainu and Kaido. Here we get some extra defense from Dofi, half stats from Moria. So ideally they should not be able to kill our units before our activations, so that would be really good. Fortunately, we only have stat Magellan, so they still have to deal the damage of Shiryu and Queen without half stats, but we have a lot of defense, so that should not be a problem, and we will even get extra defense from Enel before the special of Queen. And the special of Enel will be dealing more damage to the units that are half stat, as you can see. And well, officially here we will have tanked all of their specials, so here we only have to worry about the Fujitora activating and then our special charging again, or ideally maybe yeah, Fujitora is the last one to activate. I mean, in general that's gonna be happening, unfortunately, but then you have to wait for the second activation. So here Akainu will activate again, but the second activation of Akainu is not that scary. Here your activations of Dofi and everything are gonna start to deal way more damage, and the fixed damage of Moria normally deals, it's devastating because they have really low HP. As you can see, Magellan is out before activating, and then the special of Enel should already be dealing a lot of damage, should be killing Shiryu and Akainu, but well, we're gonna be seeing how that goes if he targets them. And then, well, also dealing a lot of damage to Queen and everything. Kaido is almost out, and maybe with the fixed damage of fire tank turrets he gets knocked out. And here, let's see, so they have an Ivankov, so they get a little bit of extra defense, and they have PP Whitebeard, which, by the way, PP Whitebeard can be really annoying if he specials binds the Fujitora before activating, but now as Fujitora has already activated, we don't really care if he actually dies or not. But here, unfortunately, the fixed damage of Fujitora will not be targeting Kaido, who would have been knocked out. Here, the damage of Thomas can actually be dealing a lot of damage to us, but well, we will get the Shiryu from the bench. Kaido is out, luckily for us, and then we have to worry actually about PP Whitebeard. That's gonna be only targeting Dofi, so that's gonna be really cool. And here the damage, well, the half stats of Moria is gonna be allowing the basically us to get the win, because it's gonna be killing Queen and the other three units are even half stat. Fujitori actually activated twice, which is not happening a lot, but it was kind of a weird match. Fujitori was resisting a lot and Enel was taking a lot of damage, but as you can see here, 5 versus 0 again. So yeah, I mean, it's even if it's a 6-man team and it has more potential because it would have had a spot for another unit, it's performing really well against quick teams. We have already beaten the Zoro variation, the Stasi variation, and the Queen variation, and I'm actually interested in seeing if we are gonna be able to find a fire tank pirates variation, because I have beaten that variation, but it was actually really close. So I do think that variation is one of the strongest, not only against this particular variation, but against other teams. But it's gonna be interesting to see if I can find one, because I have been scrolling for a while and I haven't been able to find one. But let's actually see if I manage to do that. So I have managed to find another Tesoro variation. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to find Magellan Fire Tank Paris variation, which was interesting, but I have been scrolling for a while and I haven't seen one. I do think that the Tesoro variation can be really scary because of the special city up, and then he can actually boost a little bit on the defense of some of their units, at least to himself, but some other unit, massive defense above. But as you can see here at the start, they don't really have a lot of defense. And well, I mean, as always, we're relying on the Fujitora to activate. If Fujitora doesn't activate, then well, we're kind of lost. I mean, there's a chance that thanks to Moria and the other damaging units, we can deal a lot of damage. But here, well, the Kaido activates, and here let's see if our Moria can actually go first and half-stat either Magellan or Shiryu. And yeah, he half-stat Shiryu, but not Magellan. So that's really unfortunate. Fujitora unfortunately stopped here at the front, so that's really annoying, I think. And yeah, I mean, I would like to get to see Fujitora activating, but it's not looking like it, because unfortunately he got stopped for whatever reason here in the front. But well, let's see if he doesn't get targeted with normal attacks. He might be able to survive. If he survives the Shiryu, which is half stat, and Fujitora has a lot of defense, then it's possible that he will get to activate. But no, because of this fixed damage, I do think that he's gonna be losing, so we're gonna be losing this match, unfortunately. Okay, that was really bad RNG. He was about to activate and he had to lose. He had to die with the special of the Zoro, which is kind of a joke because my team has HP up level 27, so 1000 fixed damage is almost nothing. But well, I mean, we get the extra half stats from Moria. So I mean, we might still get a chance to win because they are half stat. Probably their units will be dying even before activating here. I mean, yeah, we have a few units, but they are half stat, both Akainu and Magellan, and Queen is not gonna be dealing that much, and then PP Whitebeard doesn't have the special ready, so we might have a chance actually to beat. But and it was really bad RNG that the Fujitora died with because of bad RNG, and he got stopped in the front. So here we get some fixed damage killing Akainu and Queen. That's really good. Then hopefully we will even get to kill PP Whitebeard. Yeah, and that's gonna be it. So it was a way more close match. It was kind of based on RNG, but we managed to get the win, even if Fujitora died. And another thing that I want to mention is that my Fujitora is not rainbowed or anything, and he's not even maxed. So his passive, if it were maxed, it would be an extra 500 HP to my unit. So probably that wouldn't have happened, that Fujitora has died with some fixed damage of the Zoro, so that would have been fixed even. So this team has only a potential to be even better. Maybe some change in positioning will avoid the Fujitora to stop there, but I mean, sometimes it can happen. As you can see, I could get an extra HP up level 2, so that's 500 HP, and I could get an extra 2% health cut, which can help, but it's not gonna be that big of a change. And yeah, so that's gonna be it. So let me know in the comment section down below what you think of this team, and if you like how it performed. So as a quick summarizer, we managed to beat 2 to 0 variations. And when I say variations, it's using Kaino, Kaido, Magellan, and Shiryu, and then the fifth unit. So we managed to beat 2 to 0 variations. One was much closer than the other one, but it's because we had some bad RNG and Fujitora died really early. And then we managed to beat the Stasi variation and the Queen variation. And well, we lost one against Cracker, but I do think that that was bad RNG, and you have still a chance to getting the win anyway. But maybe it's a little bit more scary because it's a way more aggressive team, and it's not what we are centered around. We are centered around dealing the massive health cut of Fujitora, and if he doesn't get to survive, then we are probably in a bad situation. But well, I mean, let me know what you think of these results. I do think that it's a very impressive result, really cool. And yeah, so by the way, as I was mentioning, this was not my idea. I have been seeing this team around. I was testing it with Jozu, and it was performing in a very similar way. So it still was beating quick teams and everything. But I didn't like the fact that when Enel came from the bench, when Jozu died, he was already at half HP because of he wasn't getting the HP buffs when he enters from the bench. So I didn't like that, and I thought that was risky. So I prefer to be losing the quote-unquote the spot of the 7th unit, just because to get the full HP on Enel. But I mean, you can definitely do Jozu there and then using a 7-man team with Enel on the 6th spot. So you can definitely do that. Let me know what you think about it, and yeah, let me know if you have tested or if you're willing to invest on the Fujitora if you already haven't invested in him. And yeah, I would suggest that if you have the units, but if you don't, then probably you would want to avoid these teams with the quick teams that just lost against my team. Maybe you can try the Bellamy variation or the 6+ Cracker variation, or maybe the Fire Tank Pirates variation. But I have beaten Fire Tank Pirates variations with this team, so probably I wouldn't recommend to go up against this team with the Fire Tank Pirates variation. So as I was saying, let me know what you think, and if you wanna enter into my Discord server to be able to talk about these teams and everything, so you have the link here on the description of the video, so you can join there. And also, if you're missing an alliance, then you can find one there and join the small fleet that I'm creating with different alliances inside the fleet. So yeah. So as always, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.